I mean, what's really interesting is that hip hop is basically turning into that global language, and it's been there for about 40 years now, and it is influencing very seriously the way we express ourselves and the way we conserve basically life around us. We think that hip hop is the modern, I would say, a fairy tale language. Yeah, it's what the verbal stories used to be for our great grandparents. That's how we think sociological wisdom and knowledge is preserved for the future generation. I mean, there is basically hip hop from Greenland to Australia. On all the continents, in every country, in every city, there is people who do their own thing, and the fact that it started in a very specific place, it's a very specific way of presenting yourself and expressing yourself, makes it even more interesting that it had expanded so much on a global level. I think everyone in every creative field is sampling to a certain degree, and through sampling new ideas are born, and then new positions are created. So when you're standing in front of the picture, basically our intention was to create a situation where you can really mix your own character, because technically it's not really possible to have the individual, the single picture standing on its own. You always have at least 2 or 3 characters mixed together, whatever position you take in front of the picture. So that was why we actually decided to have a lenticular photograph. Maybe we should say that these people that we photograph basically are people who have a certain relation to hip hop. You know, some of them are making music, others are just rapping, thirds are dancers, and there is also graffiti painters. Yeah. So it's actually people who have a direct link to that culture, and it's not just random people. I mean, we were basically also looking for guys who don't necessarily look exactly like the cliche character of a hip hopper, because everybody has this cliche idea of how a hip hopper should look like. Yeah, like with the baseball hat and the baggy pants and all that. Yeah, but yeah, in a sense, it's really this idea of how hip hop has become a universal language. Is really often related to this problem of it generating criminality and making people aggressive, and it actually started as a concept which was supposed to serve in the opposite way, right? It was taking out people from the ghettos. It was replacing the guns and the weapons, and it was just a way to gain social importance and win a position in society, especially in the Bronx. So in this piece we also have the sand sculpture. In that sense, I think we kind of create this contrast, because one should consider the fact that sand is also a very, very fragile material in the way it's actually presented here, because it's not really fixed with anything. It's just mixed with water and shaped, and if you actually move it a little bit or just use very little power, it will break, and that's how that's also a very essential idea for us, because if you have a Bluetooth device which is turned on and switched on, discoverable, then you would you would automatically be asked to receive this file, and yeah, we also had like on the opening, we had this fancy limo playing it outside. It was this black Mercedes that we borrowed from a very generous company called the Copenhagen Limousine Company. I have to credit them because they sponsored us. But yeah, that created. I mean, instead of just building a stage, with speakers and whatever, we just decided to play it in a car stereo because that's how most often you actually perceive hip hop. Yeah, I mean, it's a part of this cliche talk that I was talking about in the beginning. That when you say hip hop, you think about fat cars with big rims and big tires, and weird looking guys with crazy stereos inside, and then but I mean, in a sense hip hop can be played anywhere, and this car created actually a situation where everybody thought that some really special person, really the queen or a minister or whatever, was there to witness the show, and that was basically what we wanted to create with this thought. People wanted to sit in this car because it's quite exclusive, but still it's a little bit silly, and yeah, I think the car worked quite good.